Hi, hello dear students, welcome to my channel Maths with Panindra. In this video, we are going to discuss about the system of circles. In this system of circles, we are going to learn about what is system of circles, the intersecting of two circles, the angle between two intersecting circles, orthogonality of two circles, radical axis, common tangent, common chord, length of chord, different angles we are going to discuss. Let us have discuss about what is the definition of system of circles. A set of all circles. What is the definition of system of circles? A set of all circles in a plane. A set of all circles in a plane is called system of circles if it contains, it is very important, if it contains at least two circles, is very important. At least two circles, then only system of circles. Otherwise, you cannot say that it is system of circles. See here, like this in the plane, different circles are there. Different circles. This is the system of circles. A set of all circles in a plane is called system of circles if it contains at least two circles. Here, if you select these two, this is the system of circles. If you select here one circle, that is system of circles. After knowing that system of circles, we need to discuss about the angle between the two circles. See here, S is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0, and S dash x square plus y square plus 2g dash x plus 2f dash y plus c dash equal to 0. These are the two circles. S equal to 0 and S dash equal to 0. S is equal to 0 circle and S dash equal to 0 circle, another circle. Which two are intersecting at the point P and Q respectively. The first circle center C1 it is denoted by, and whose center is minus C comma minus F, and second circle center C2 equal to minus G dash comma minus F dash, and whose radius R1 equal to root over G square plus F square minus C, and radius of second circle is equal to root over G dash square plus F dash square minus C dash. These are the two circles. In the system of circles, we have selected two circles. One is S equal to 0, another one is S dash equal to 0. These two circles which are intersecting at the point P and Q respectively, the angle between the two circles is defined as the angle between two tangents at their point of intersection. See here, P and Q are the point of intersection of two circles now. So at this point P, you have to draw one tangent So like this it will be. And from here also another tangent which are intersecting at this point. So the angle between the two tangents theta, even here also can take. So the angle between two intersecting circles is equal to the angle between two tangents at their point of intersection is called angle between the two circles. This is very important concept, angle between the circles, angle between two intersecting circles. Whose centers are C1, C2 respectively. This is C1, this is C2. From here to here, this is R1. From here to here, R2. The distance between their centers we have to denote with D. Distance between their centers C1, C2 equal to D. Now, by using triangular law and all, we will define by using a cosine rule and all, we will get the cos theta value. Cos theta equal to the angle between them is theta, then cos theta is defined as d square minus r1 square minus r2 square whole divided by 2r1 r2. The angle between two intersecting circles is theta, then cos theta equal to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square by 2r1 r2, where d represents the distance between their centers. So where d is equal to C1, C2. This is by using the representations D, R1, R2. Suppose if you want to represent the values in terms of GF, so cos theta can be defined as another way, or so cos theta equal to C plus C dash minus 2GG dash minus 2FF dash divided by 2 root of G square plus F square minus C into square root of G dash square plus F dash square minus C dash. This is also another formula to calculate the angle between two intersecting circles. Either this formula or this formula. So angle between two intersecting circles. After knowing that angle between the intersecting circles, we need to learn orthogonality property. What is meant by orthogonality of two circles? Orthogonality of circles. What is meant by orthogonality of circles? The two circles in the system of circles, the two circles are said to be orthogonal if the angle between them is right angle. If the angle between them is right angle, then the two circles are said to be orthogonal. So this is the definition. The two circles are said to be orthogonal if the angle between them is right angle. The two circles are said to be orthogonal if the angle between them is right angle. So that is theta equal to 90 degrees. That is theta equal to 90 degrees. Now condition for orthogonality of two circles. Condition for orthogonality. What is the condition for the two circles are said to be orthogonal? So here in this formula, theta equal to 90 degrees, substitute in cos theta equal to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square divided by 2 r1 r2. Theta equal to 90, if you substitute, cos 90 is equal to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square divided by 2 r1 r2. Cos 90 value 0 only, no? So 0 equal to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square divided by 2 r1 r2. Cross multiply, you will get 0 equal to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square, that is minus r1 square r2 square we are taking this side, means d square equal to r1 square plus r2 square. So the condition for the two circles are said to be orthogonal. D square equal to r1 square plus r2 square. What is D represents here? Where D represents the distance between their centers C1, C2. D is equal to C1, C2. D square equal to r1 square plus r2 square. Suppose if you want to write in terms of this by using this formula, or in place of theta I am going to substitute 90. So cross multiply means these values goes to be 0. Then we have c plus c dash equal to 2g dash plus 2f dash. This is the condition for the two circles are said to be orthogonal. Either this formula or this formula you can apply. Here we can make a note. In this note, when the two circles are orthogonal with the same radii, if r1 equal to r2 equal to r, what happens? r1 equal to r2 equal to r. So that time d square value will becomes r1 square plus r2 square, no? So d square equal to r square plus r square 2r square. So therefore whenever d square is equal to 2r square, the two circles are orthogonal with equal radii. D square equal to 2r square. You have to remember from this, sometimes they will ask d value sometimes or r value. From this r value make as a subject, r is equal to d square by equal to r square means r is equal to d by root 2. This concept we will use in the shortcut formulas. Dear students, you have to remember that particular case. We will move to the another concept. Next concept, radical axis. What is meant by radical axis? The locus of a point the locus of a point which moves such that the powers of circles, the powers of the circles or given circles are equal. The powers of the given circle, the powers of the given circles are equal. Called the radical axis. So here diagrammatically I will explain the locus of a point which moves such that the powers of the given circles are equal, then is called the radical axis. S is equal to 0 be the circle and S dash equal to 0 be the another circle. Here locus point we are taking the power of point, the powers of circles. The power of S is equal to 0 is S11, S11 the powers of. Similarly, the power of the point S dash equal to 0 is S dash 11. So the power so when the power point is here, P of x1 comma y1 will be here. The power of P with respect to S is S1, 1. The power of P with respect to S is equal to 0 is S11. Similarly, the power of P with respect to S dash equal to 0 is S dash 11. According to the definition, by definition, S11 equal to S dash 11. That is, what is S generally represents? Generally, S and S dash will be S is equal to x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0 and h dash equal to x square plus y square plus 2g dash x plus 2f dash y plus c dash equal to 0. So same here S11 means wherever x comma y is there, x1 y1 you have to replace, that is x1 square plus y1 square plus 2gx1 plus 2fy1 plus c equal to s dash double 1 x1 square plus y1 square 2g dash x1 plus 2f dash y1 plus c dash. On both sides x1 square plus y1 square will be cancelled. All these values I am taking into this side. So here 2gx1, 2g dash x1. In this 2x1 is common. So 2x1 into g minus g dash. Similarly, plus 2y take common, 2y1. F minus f dash plus c minus c dash equal to 0. The locus of a point which moves such that the powers of the given circles are equal. So this is the equation. So whenever they are asking the locus is there, it replace with x1 y1 with x comma y. Therefore the locus of P is 2x in place of x1, 2x into g minus g dash plus 2y into f minus f dash plus c minus c dash equal to 0. This is called the radical axis of two circles. Now onwards you remember, that is the radical axis of s equal to 0 and s dash equal to 0 is, this can be done by another formula, s minus s dash equal to 0. Another formula, s minus s dash equal to 0 or 2x into g minus g dash plus 2y into f minus f dash plus c minus c dash equal to 0. We will discuss different formulas or important points regarding radical axis. In this radical axis, some important points we will discuss. So here, these are the two circles. S is equal to 0. S dash equal to 0. The radical axis of two circles is this one. This is S minus S dash equal to 0. This is called radical axis. This radical axis is, these are the line of centers C1, C2. The first point here, the radical axis is perpendicular to line of centers. Line of centers is the first point. The radical axis of two circles is perpendicular to line of centers. Suppose in other case, if the circles are, observe these circles, C1, C2. If the two circles are intersecting two distinct points at the point P and Q, if we join like this, it is called chord, no? Chord of circles. Chord equation of chord. Whenever the two circles intersecting in two distinct points, the chord itself is radical axis. So here, if two circles intersect in two distinct points, then the common chord is called common chord. The common chord is also radical axis. You remember, this is also radical axis. Suppose, based on the relative position of two circles, the two circles are intersecting, we decide that the common chord is called the radical axis of the circles. If you come to the third point, in the third point, I will write it here, right, because so I'm not able to see. So same concept. If the two circles touch each other internally or externally, by observing this figure, two circles touch each other externally. So another figure, in this case, two circles touch each other externally. This is called common tangent. At the point of contact, even here also common tangent. When the two circles touch each other externally or internally, this is touch each other externally. S equal to 0, S dash equal to 0. And here S equal to 0, S dash equal to 0 touch each other internally. Here point what you have to write is the two circles touch each other internally or externally. Then the common tangent is radical axis. given circles. So these are the possibilities to get radical axis. So more properties we will discuss now. We will. Here one more important point we can discuss. When the situation, that means relative position, if the relative position of circles will be like this, that means one circle is completely away from other circle. When the two circles, if the circles do not intersect, one is away from another circle, the radical axis will be in between the circle, in between the circles, like this or like this. Suppose the circles will be like this, even like this it will be straight line. When the circles do not intersect, one circle is away from other, the radical axis is in between the circle, in between the circle. Here also in between the circle. Straight line you can draw in between the circles. Suppose if it is one circle is completely lying in another circle. For example, this is a big circle, this is another circle. One circle is completely lying in another circle. The radical axis is outside of the two circles. This is the radical axis of two circles. Radical axis. Even here also radical axis. Radical axis. When the two circles do not intersect, the radical axis is in between the two circles. Suppose the one circle completely lying in another circle, the radical axis is outside of the both the circles. This is also important point regarding radical axis. Suppose these circles are there, different forms or different positions we are discussing. If the circles are concentric, what is the meaning of concentric circles? The circles which are said to be concentric, whose center is same, differ radii, these circles are called concentric circles. Concentric. For the concentric circles, there is no radical axis. Radical axis cannot be adjusted. For the concentric circles, radical axis cannot be adjusted. You remember, this is very important point. If the circles are concentric, so for that circles, radical axis cannot be acceptable, cannot be adjusted. If the circles are not concentric, like means this one or this one or this one, radical axis will be adjusted. And one more important property regarding radical axis. Suppose n number of circles are there. First circle, second circle, third circle, fourth circle, like this and so on. Number of circles are there. The number of radical axis from n number of circles is, you remember, the number of, if you write like this, will be confusion. The number of radical axis from n number of circles, or NC2 combination. Out of n circles, you have to select any two. You have to remember. This is very important point. The number of radical axis from n number of circles or NC2, and no three circles are not collinear. No three circles or three circle centers are collinear. That is very important. No three circles. No three circles. Three circle centers. Circle centers are collinear. So this is the important property. Suppose they will give 5 number of circles. How many radical axes we can form? So 5C2 like this. 6 circles are given. 6C2. Among that, no 3 circle centers are collinear. You remember, this is about radical axes and the information. I hope everyone understand. We will move to next concept. See here, one other important point, I forgot to tell that about the radical axis. The radical axis of two circles bisects all the common tangents of two circles. Suppose these two circles are there, this is the radical axis. If we draw that common tangent here, this is the common tangent, I will draw like this. This is a common tangent. So for this common tangent, here it is bisecting. This point is bisecting. Suppose if we consider like this, the common tangent is like this. So here this is bisecting point. Like this, the common tangent, all the common tangents of two circles bisected by the radical axis. That's what here. The radical axis of two circles bisects all the common tangents of two circles. In any case, even here also, like this, we can draw that. Suppose two circles are touching each other. The common tangent itself is a radical axis. So that time also it will be bisects. I hope everyone understand that. We will move to different concept. Now we will discuss about radical center. What is meant by radical center? The point of intersection of radical axis of the given circles is called a radical center. So here consider the three circles. S is equal to 0. S dash equal to 0, and third one S double dash equal to 0. These are the three circles with their centers C1, C2 and C3 respectively. The radical axis of S and S dash, this one, S minus S dash equal to 0. Radical axis of these two circles. The radical axis of these two circles, S dash minus S double dash equal to 0. Radical axis of two circles. Radical axis of these two circles, S and S double dash, SC minus S double dash equal to 0. These are the radical axis of three circles. The point of intersection of these radical axes is called radical center. It is denoted by C. Radical center. The point of intersection or the point of concurrency of radical axis is called radical center. So this is about radical center. After that, from radical center to find out the length of tangent to the circles. It should be equal. The distance from the length of tangent from radical center to any of the circles is equal. Remember, the length of tangent from radical center to given circles are equal. And one more point, if the circle cuts orthogonally these three circles, see here one dotted circle I am drawing. This is the circle. This dotted circle cuts orthogonally these three circles. What is the radius of this circle? Here, whatever we calculated the length of tangent from radical center to any of the circles, no, that is called radius of the required circle. So here, what we have to write it is point. The circle, the radius of the circle, that is good. The radius of the circle, which cuts orthogonally, the radius of the circle which cuts orthogonally to given circles, is length of tangent from radical center, to any of circles. So the radius of this required circle which cuts orthogonally these three circles, no? So radius is equal to from here to here, or from here to here, or from here to here. These are called length of tangents from an external point. External point means from here, from this point radical center to any of the circles. If you find out the length of tangent is equal to radius of this orthogonal circle. This is also important point regarding that. Suppose if they will ask the equation of a circle which cuts orthogonally means, what are the steps we have to do that? Among the first step, among the three circles, find out radical axis. S minus S dash equal to 0. Any two it is enough, no need to calculate 3. S minus S dash minus S double dash, or S dash minus S double dash equal to 0. Solve 1 and 2. Any two equations among these three. We get a radical center. R of x comma y or C of x comma y. Anything you can take it. Step 2 is solving the equations. Third one is what? Length of tangent or radius of the circle. Radius R is equal to length of tangent from radical center to any of the circles. So that is equal to root S11. So radius we know that, radical center also we got it here. So this is, sometimes we can assume that H comma K also. So fourth step, the required orthogonal circle, with center H comma K, and radius R is. So x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square equal to r square. This is the way you can calculate if the velocity circle which cuts orthogonally the given circle. These are the proper steps. I hope everyone understand that. Now next point, when the two circles cuts orthogonally, that means what is the condition for the two circles are cuts orthogonally? This is the first circle. This is the second circle. These two circles cuts orthogonally. This is point is A, this point is B, you can assume that. Line joining of these, this is the chord, no? Chord equation. I will draw like this, then it will be easy to see that. So this is the chord equation, common chord. When the circles cuts orthogonally, then we have the condition d square is equal to r1 square plus r2 square. In this session only we discussed about this point. When the two circles cuts orthogonally, the two circles centers respectively C1 and C2 and their radii R1 and R2 respectively. This is R2, this is R1. How to calculate the length of chord? AB is length of chord, common chord. So the length of common chord is defining as when the two circles cuts orthogonally, then the length of chord, the common chord, the length of common chord is 2 into R1 R2 divided by root over R1 square plus R2 square. This is the formula you have to apply to get the length of common chord when the two circles cuts orthogonally. You have to remember this formula, dear students. Direct question they may chances to ask in EAMCET or JEE Mains exam. One more concept also regarding this we will discuss. In case of perpendicular or orthogonal, we discuss this one. Suppose in case of these two circles will be, the angle between the circles is theta here. So what is the length of chord, common chord that time? Here, if theta is the angle between the circles, then the length of common chord, is 2 into R1 R2 into sin theta divided by root over R1 square plus R2 square plus 2R1 R2 into cos theta. This is the formula if you apply when the angle between them is theta. So here this is the second formula. So actually from this is the basic formula, from this formula only we can get it. See how it will be. See, this case is particular case of this one only, no? So if theta is, in this case, if theta is 90 degrees, orthogonality means what? In case of theta is 90, then only this formula is applicable. Theta equal to 90, substitute in this, sin 90 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So 2 R1 R2 by root of R1 square plus R2 square, this value goes to be 0. So anyway 2 R1 R2 by root over R1 square plus R2 square, when the two circles cuts orthogonally, the length of common chord will be this one. Other than 90 degrees, any other angle will be there. So that time, the length of common chord is 2 R1 R2 sin theta by root over r1 square plus r2 square plus 2r1 r2 into cos theta. This is the way you can apply. Directly they will ask the formula problem based on this concept. The next one, the equation of circle passing through the point of intersection of line and circle. See here, this is the circle equation, S is equal to 0. This is line, L is equal to 0. These two circles and line which are intersecting at the point A and B. So here the equation of circle passing through point of intersection of line and circle. So this is the dotted circle I am drawing here. Observe carefully. This circle is denoted by S plus lambda L equal to 0, where lambda belongs to R, is a real number. So now onwards, any line and circle is there, you can write in this form. So how to write it is, the equation of circle passing through point of intersection, PI means point of intersection of circle S is equal to 0 and the line L is equal to 0 is S plus lambda L equal to 0, where lambda belongs to R. This is one of the important models. And how they ask the question based on this? So 2 to 3 types questions are there. One is find the equation of find the equation of circle passing through circle and line, and also through the point 1, 1, 1, -3, like this they will do. So that time, circle and line substitute in that equations. Substitute the point, you will get the lambda value. The lambda value substitute again in this equation, we can get the required equation of circle. In the second case, here passing through some point, some example I am saying, passing through the point 1, 1 and S is equal to 0, L is equal to 0. One line and one. In this formula, substitute wherever x, y is there, 1, 1 substitute. Not only 1, 1, any point. Substitute and get lambda value. Lambda value again substitute in this equation, we can get the required answer. In the second case, after intersecting this one, AB as a diameter, find equation of circle whose common chord, that is called common chord, whose line is diameter of the circle. So that time how to do is, first you have to apply S plus lambda L equal to 0. This equation making into general form. General form means x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. Find the center. This center lies on the line L is equal to 0. Substitute center, substitute in L is equal to 0, get lambda value. This lambda value again substitute in this equation, we can get the required equation of circle whose line is a diameter of this circle. This is one of the important models, this type of query. I will explain in the next video these models, don't worry. And suppose two circles are given in this third case, S is equal to 0 and S dash equal to 0. Two circles are there. So how to do in that case? S is equal to 0 and S dash equal to 0. So find the equation of circle passing through S equal to 0 and S dash equal to 0, which are intersecting at these points only. So this circle is S plus lambda S dash equal to 0. Or somebody will write it as this equation S plus lambda into S minus S dash equal to 0. Even like this also they can write. So here the formula will write it as the equation of circle passing through point of intersection of S is equal to 0 comma S dash equal to 0 is S plus lambda S dash equal to 0, or we can write like this also, S plus lambda into S minus S dash equal to 0. Based on the condition, you can go for that is passing through some point, that is passing through some origin, that is this circle lies on the line, that means whose diameter of this circle lies on the line common chord. Like these conditions may apply. So this is called the common chord. L is equal to 0. L is equal to 0 means S minus S dash is the radical axis. So based on these, they will ask the questions. Limiting points and quaxial system is there. Nowadays they are not asking the questions. But if we will see the questions based on that, it will be available in that recent question papers. We will discuss that also in the next video. Okay, thank you all for watching my channel. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can write to my comment box. I will help you. This is the first video in the system of circles. In the next video, based on these concepts, I will discuss 20 to 30 questions in one video. That is enough on the system of circles. Especially in MCET exam, they will ask from system of circles. So in the JEE mains, it will be included, circles and system of circles, combination of questions they will ask. This is my suggestion. So in the next video, we will discuss, based on this video, we will discuss the questions. It will be very helpful to you. Thank you all. Signing off, Maths with Panindra.